Charlie Appleby, 6-time Breeders' Cup winning trainer. You've brought another good squad again here this year, we think.
Yeah, I think hopefully we picked the right horses to come over, and they look competitive on paper. So they've shipped well, which is the most important thing, and we've been pleased what we've seen so far on the track.
We'll start with the juveniles. The juvenile turf, a race that's been really lucky to you over the years, and you've got Silver Knot in there this time.
Yep, he brings a good level of form there. Obviously, last start there, winning the Autumn Stakes under the penalty. I feel he's got enough experience to hopefully handle the conditions on Saturday. Pleased with what I saw on the track this morning. He was nice and settled and handled the turns well. So yeah, he's a worthy favourite.
Is he a Massar type of horse? He's got a lovely middle distance pedigree.
He potentially is, yeah. I mean, stepping up to the mile, certainly saw some improvement there on his last start. So a horse that going next year, you'll see him as a 10 furlong. Whether he stretched to a mile and a half, time will tell.
And how's Mischief Magic been since Newmarket?
Yeah, he's been as good as gold. Very straightforward little horse. The draw was pleased. I was pleased with that. Drawn 4 there with him. As we know, he's not the. He won't be the best horse on paper in the field, but he's got experience and he's got a draw, and that's a big plus around here.
The 2 horses in the turf sprint, Creative Force and Naval Crown. Which one do you think would be better suited to that race? 5.5 furlongs around Keeneland.
If Naval Crown had been drawn slightly lower, I'd have picked him, because he has got a lot of, for a European horse, a lot of natural gate speed and travels. But he's pitched out there in 9, so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for him. And as respects to Creative Force, he's just a rock solid horse. You would never want to oppose him. He is what he is, but he'll run a big race on Saturday, hopefully.
And I know 5.5 furlongs probably the sharpest trip Creative Force has ever faced, but he's quite fresh, isn't he? He's had quite a light campaign. That could be in his favour.
No, for sure. And one thing he does is, he's a bit of a hold-up horse, but he travels. And as you said, they're going to go hard and fast up on the front end there. And if that pace breaks down the latter stages of the race, he'll be there to be doing his best work towards the finish.
And Modern Games obviously won at the Breeders' Cup last year. He's back again for more this time in the mile. He goes there as a strong favourite, really. Do you think he is the one to beat?
Yeah, look, he's in great form. As you say, he brings all the experience, that you need to be, winning a Breeders' Cup mile there. Last season, as you saw him winning the juvenile. He's had a nice prep into it, really. I know we finished second on soft ground there in the QE2, but he's come out the race so well, and he loves these tracks. So yeah, he's a worthy favourite, and for me, he's the one they've got to beat.
He's really obvious, isn't he, in terms of the ground and his American form and all that. Was it a bit of an afterthought to run in the QE2, or was it always in his programme? It
wasn't an afterthought, but it was it was in his programme to a level, because we made the entry so far out. So he was a horse that we felt wouldn't look out of place in it, and we all respected Baid, but as we all know, with all these horses, you don't run away from one horse, and so therefore he was fit and well, and that's why he took his chance and he ran a fantastic race.
And then in the Breeders' Cup Turf, you won it last year with your beer. 2 in there this year, Rebels Romance and Nation's Pride. Was this a tough choice for William Buick?
It would have been, to be fair, but he's gone with a horse that we feel is, I'm not saying he's got the edge on Rebels Romance by any stretch, but he's got the experience of American racing. He's a slicker model. He's what I would say back in Europe, he's probably more of a natural mile and a quarter horse than a mile and a half horse. And so, therefore he's got that pace angle to him, whereas Rebels Romance is a solid mile and a half horse. We've seen it on those last 2 starts there. But you can't fault him. He's 6 from 6 on the turf. So, 2 exciting horses to have in a great race.
And Nation's Pride been doing really well in America. His Saratoga form's worked out with Annapolis going and winning the turf mile here at Keeneland. It's really strong form. Do you favour one over the other, or does it not matter which one wins to you?
Does it? Apart from one's a colt and one's a gelding, but Nation's Pride, he's the horse. He's the 3-year-old, so he's the one you'd like to see, and that's why I felt Williams chose the right horse. He'd be our number 1 pick.
And Alpinista showed that those German Group 1s, it can turn out to be really good form.
Oh, for sure. I mean, any of those German races, you got to go over there, and don't go over there thinking you're going to get an easy pickings. But as respects to Rebels Romance, the thing you have to take your hat off to him there, what he's achieved on the turf this season, and there's not too many horses that are unbeaten on the turf that will come up here on Champions Day and have a great chance, hopefully.
Final question, Charlie. You've got a great strike rate at the Breeders' Cup, 6 from 11. What's a good Breeders' Cup for Charlie Appleby this year?
Taking home one winner. I mean, but most importantly is bringing the team here. It's a challenge for everybody. Whether you're playing in your backyard as the boys are doing here, or whether we're shipping like us Europeans and beyond. But I'm always just pleased to get the horses here, and if you're here, you're going to be competitive, hopefully. And I say if we can nick one winner, I'll be delighted.